Imagine for a moment that you're taking a nap on your couch when there's a loud crash. An object flies through the roof of your house, bounces off a radio, and hits you on your left side. If you're like me, you'd no doubt be very shocked. But how much more shocked would you be to learn that the object that hit you came from outer space? Well, that is exactly what happened to a lady named Ann Hodges. On the afternoon of the 30th of November 1954, in the town of Oak Grove near Sylacauga in Alabama, a bright light was seen in the sky moving at an estimated 200 kilometers an hour. People in the area described it as a bright reddish light, crossing the sky like a Roman candle trailing smoke. Others said that they saw a fireball like a gigantic welding arc. Hodges, however, was not aware of any of this as she was asleep on her couch. The first she knew about it was, as I mentioned at the outset, when the meteorite crashed through her roof, bounced off her radio set, and struck her in her left hip area. As you can see in the photo, it left quite a mark. Hodges thought that her chimney had collapsed or that her heater had exploded and caused all the commotion and dust in her house. People who had seen the fireball in the sky assumed that a plane was crashing. So when the fire department, along with a crowd of people, arrived on the scene, well, they were very surprised to see what had actually transpired. With Cold War paranoia of a Soviet attack running high, the Sylacauga police chief confiscated the black rock and turned it over to the Air Force, who had the Smithsonian perform analysis on it. But that's not the end of the story. The subject of ownership of the rock came up. The Hodges claimed it as it landed in the house, but as they were renting the house, the homeowner sued them for ownership. While the law was on the side of the landlady, the Hodges had the public on their side, and the case was eventually settled out of court, with the landlady receiving $500 and the Hodges being allowed to keep the rock. And so, while each year it's estimated that 500 meteorites reach the surface of the Earth, Mrs. Hodges, according to the Smithsonian magazine, to this day is still the only human being known to have suffered a confirmed injury after being struck by a meteorite.